Okay, we're live. Hello, everybody, and especially hello to Greg Rucke. Welcome to another live stream. I'm Steve from Mac84, and we're going to continue exactly where we left off with our Macintosh LC2. But first, Greg was very kind to super chat the heck out of me, so I owe him 3 eeps. Eep, eep, eep. So hopefully that is to your liking, sir. So I am live here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I haven't adjusted any settings, so we should be good. But that was very kind of you. Thank you, Greg. I'm sure everyone who's watching now is a subscriber to Greg Ruckade's Ruccade Mods channel. But if you're not, click on his little username in the chat there and give him a like and a subscribe. But everyone's probably already on there already. But shots. I'm not doing. I need a haircut. I'm not shooting anything else. What are you talking about? Shots every time. This is not going to end well. Only thing that's shooting out here is this flux, which is very sticky, and is on my arm and this chair now. So I have to clean myself off here. Jeez. Ugh. This, yeah, we're off to a good start, aren't we? Ugh. Ugh. All right, how you guys doing on this wonderful Sunday afternoon here? What do you mean? I read them. It says shots every time. Steve eeps. That's what I see on my screen. I'm very confused right now. I am very confused. Unless you texted me something. I am very, very confused. Shots every time. Steve eeps. Okay. Oh! Yeah, you read it all together. Everybody has to take a shot when I say eep. Yeah, alright. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. It's been a very, very long day. Oh boy. Okay, so let's get to what you guys are probably here for. Is this lovely little computer here. And I had a hat on, and there it is. My hair is horrible, so I'm going to put our hat back on. There we go. And, yeah, so let's, we're already getting hammered. Oh, Greg. Anyway, let's try and get this sorted here. So, what I'm going to do is let me move the chat down here so I could read it properly. It looks like I have a ponytail coming out the back of my head. I assure you that is not the case. Okay, so we're going to be looking at our LC2. And if you were here last time, you will have remembered that we removed all the capacitors from the board. We replaced 3 of the capacitors before I had to leave. And yeah, so we have 3 capacitors that are already on the board. This side of the board is where the rest of the capacitors have to go. And my flux, I don't know if it's just the syringe endpoint or whatever, but it loves to just it's just sitting there and it'll just exert all of this flux. So I had all of this just sitting on my desk, so right before the stream I just scooped it up with a screwdriver and just plopped it there. I can move it around. But what I'm going to bring up is Bruce's recapping guide for the LC2, so I know which caps go where. And let's bring that up here, and we can share it on the screen real quick once it comes up here. Nope, that's the wrong page. Come on. There we go. So we're on Bruce's website, recapamac.com.au, and we're on the Macintosh LC2 here. So very handy guide if you ever have not done recapping before. This is going to help you out. So I'm going to click on this image here, and it's going to load up. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know where Bruce or JR and GT. Why don't you go wrangle them in the chat? They only seem to pay attention to me when they want to. No, I'm kidding. I very much appreciate their support. Let's see. That's a good. The more hammered you get, the more entertaining you are. So. All right, so I have my little guide here. That's going to help me know exactly which caps go where. So we're going to start by cleaning up, help if I turn the soldering iron on. We're going to start by cleaning up these pads and getting all of the disgusting solder and yucky stuff that has been sitting on there for many years. Hello, Josh. Oh, hello, Aaron. Hello, Matt. Hello, Greg, and whoever else has joined that I did not see. Okay, so let's adjust this just a little bit. I actually found another one of these little microscopes while I was cleaning up. I believe Mike gave it to me when I was over at his place. I don't think he had a use for it. I doubt it's any better than this, so I'm not going to change it. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one thing I don't like about this flux, it is very, very sticky. And I guess that's a good thing, but, like, I put it on my, I use my tools to move it or whatever, and now all the tips of the tools are sticky and have to be cleaned, and yeah, I mean, yeah, for the long run, I guess it's what I should be using, but bleh, yuck. Oh, the Net Vistas, jeez, yeah, those are like, there's some good Computer Chronicle episodes, I think, that they talk about those machines. Blast from the past, man. Alright, so I'm just moving some of this flux where it should be on top of those pads. It's going to be burned away anyway, but this stuff was just sitting on my desk, so might as well get some use out of it. Don't want to waste it, because this stuff is not exactly cheap. But yeah, we're just going to tidy up all these pads. And once we have all these pads tidied up, we should be able to hopefully get our machine in nice working condition. How about that? Because when we booted this machine up first, in case you didn't see the first part, which I think everybody saw, we just got a gray screen. There wasn't even a cursor. No startup chime or anything. It did not bong or anything. So, yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is... Alright, let's see. Is our iron hot enough yet? Oh, that's right, I had little capacitors all over the board here. All over my desk here. I'm glad I did not forget that. Let's turn on this little fan, so I'm not breathing in all these fumes here. Okay, and so what I'm just going to do, and we'll start with this one here. I'm just going to clean up these pads a little bit. These ones aren't too bad, really. The worst ones were on the other side of the board, and the pads that Bruce was looking at the other day, oh, those were ones he was looking at last night were disgusting. That Apple CD-ROM drive, just oof. And I have to do a few of those, so I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. So I'm just going over it with my soldering iron here, and we're just cleaning up these pads. I'm going to end up taking the solder off of these pads, but we're just, there's a very, very little amount of solder on my tip here, and we're just making sure there's like any gunk or anything. There's actually a leg from an old cap here. That's okay, we're just getting this all off. Probably can't see all of it right now, it's not that interesting. We'll get to the good parts in a bit. I'm just cleaning these as I go across here. Oh yeah, these have some gunk in it. Ugh. Yeah. Yuck, 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 yuck. Okay, so let's use our soldering wick here, which I'm running out of, but I do have, I did get another one. So what I'm going to do is just go over these pads and make them clean. You just see all the solder just soak up. You can see all the junk actually from let's see, I have a Q-tip here, from all this gunk. It's a mixture of the flux and the crap that used to be on there before, but yeah, we just want to make these as clean as we can be. And I'm just going to go through and clean them all off here. No real systematic order, just the first ones I see. Oh, that's what I'm afraid of. Sometimes we get stuck there. So, hope everyone's doing well today. Nice relaxing Sunday before you're off to work or school tomorrow, or if you're quarantined, you're not. But I am working from my home office tomorrow. No, that does not mean I get to play around all day. I still got a lot of work to do. So, I have to be the responsible adult and work. Otherwise, I'd have to use vacation time. I wouldn't get, I'm not going to use up my vacation time right now. So, got plans for that. Unfortunately, as I think we mentioned on the Mac84 show, some of the computer-related events I was looking forward to going to, unfortunately, have been canceled or postponed. So I believe the Trenton Computer Festival, the 45th anniversary one, unfortunately has been postponed. I don't know if they actually have a set date for that yet, but we're looking at some different things. So that's in Trenton, New Jersey. And then the Vintage Computer Festival East, unfortunately, has been postponed. I think the current date is sometime in May. So that's not too bad. Of course, I was looking forward to them, but I would be much happier to wait and make sure that everybody who can attend safely and all that stuff. And it's not like nobody shows up, because it takes a lot of organizing effort and time and money to put up and do all those events and stuff. So it'd be a real shame if, nobody came out to them, or if they had to have a reduced staff or reduced events or anything like that. Okay. Let's see. I'm in New Jersey, but you were not asking me. You were not asking me. Let me just make sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb. And, yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Let's put the phone back on the charger there. Okay, so, yeah, we got some cap juice to clean off here. Nothing too bad. Just going to... I think it's a mix of the flux and the cap juice, honestly. It just leaves this, like, brown, yucky residue here. So I'm just cleaning that off the best I can. You could see that. Ugh, look at that. Yuck. So I believe that's actually mostly the flux. But still, I don't want to leave that on the board here, really. It's not a customer's board or anything, but I do generally like to keep these as clean as I can be. And this toothbrush sometimes just, it works better than the Q-tip sometimes, but there's a lot of residue left behind here. I think the next step is I need to save up for an ultrasonic cleaner. Put some of these Super Chat and Patreon funds toward that. Because, yeah, if I'm going to be continuing this and doing power supply boards and other boards, it's probably saving me a lot of trouble. Yeah, because this flux is just sticky, and it just... a cotton swab or a piece of paper or something, or toilet paper or whatever I'm doing to clean this. A lot of it just sticks. You don't want that on the board. So I'm going to try and just use this little, as I drop it, this little cotton bud there. Get the rest of the gunk off here. Not that I don't think it's going to harm anything, but just try and leave this in a better shape than it was before, which I think it's already in a much better shape. But okay, so that's not too bad. Okay, so yeah, sorry about the lighting on this microscope. I keep wanting to call it a microphone. Is not ideal. Very harsh lighting, but we're gonna make the most out of it. We're gonna try. Try and make sure that we can just see everything okay. Okay, so I'm about to put some capacitors on. I'll start with maybe the problematic areas, or the hard to get to areas, and we will go from there. And hopefully this is a successful recap. I can't speak today, apparently, and this will bring this machine back to life. Hello, Philip. Thank you for joining. We are just cleaning up these pads before I put some new caps on. And hello, Kellan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I don't. I'm not the best at pronouncing things. So, okay, let's take a look here. We have two 16-volt, 47 microfarad caps left. Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't butcher that too badly. And where do these go? So these two go there and there. So that would be, let me turn the board so I match Bruce's diagram here, because I am terrible at trying to, oh, there go the rest of the caps off the thing, and there go my, I'm just dropping everything here today. Oopsie. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, uh-oh, did I lose one? Did I lose a capacitor? I don't know why I'm talking in a funny accent. Yes, I seem to, there it is. It just rolled off a little bit there. Back to what we were doing. So I have two caps to replace here. We have, let's check the diagram again. This, wait a second, where is it? Right below there, right there. C19, okay, that's one we got to replace. And then C13, so those two we're going to replace right now. So, C19, that's one of these bigger ones here. And there we go. It's not too bad. Alright, C19, that's this one right here. So, what I'm going to do is, let's see, is that? Let's see, it looks like there's still, I can get my scalpel here. Just still a little bit of gunk. Old solder on there. That should clean right up, honestly. Okay, so I'm gonna just take my little capacitor here. I'm gonna put some flux down by both of these, where I will be putting down some fresh solder and a fresh capacitor here. And the solder helps direct, the flux helps direct the solder. And it also helps keep the capacitor in place while I solder it in there. So here goes the first one there. Maybe? There we go. Maybe. Oh, come on. Yeah, these are a bit tricky because the cap is just about the size of where the pads are. So we just have to be very careful when we're soldering these, or it's going to overlap where we have to solder. And my hat is hitting the camera. That's not good. Although you got some color back there for a second. Alright, so let's see. I have some hair on the edge of my tweezers there. Let's fix that. And let's get some solder onto the end of my tip here. And we'll try and make this as nice and neat as possible here. Okay, that has quite a long tail. That is, oh, you can't even see it. That's quite a long solder tail there. We're gonna fix that, I promise. Not our best join there. That one's much neater. But yeah, this one has a bit of a tail, so let's let's get our flux here. Let's just see if we could get most of that off. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay, it's not perfect, but just trying to figure out what I was doing. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, let's give this a little nudge. All right, that's not going anywhere. Looks like that is nice and sturdy. So the next cap is here, and the positive side is actually pointing the opposite way. So we'll make sure that our stripe is pointing that way too. And let's get this right under the board there so you can see that a little better. Okay. And again, my hat keeps hitting the camera. Sorry. Okay. A bit more solder than I really should have used, but you know what, that's okay. Alright, and then we're going to go using the left hand here, which is very dangerous. Okay, that didn't turn out too bad. How about that? Let's give this a little bit of a nudge. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we have one more big capacitor, I think. Oh no, wait, that is that big one is what is this one here? Number 10. Number 10 is a 6.3 volt. Okay, so that is a bigger one. We could do that next. And I think we have one more of those somewhere on this board. Let's refer to our little guide here. 6.3. Where would it be? How about that? Oh no, there's only one of them. Okay, that's fine. Then why do I have two of them here? What did I take two of them out for? Well, let me just double check what these are. Maybe they just look similar. Ah, yes, they just look similar. So I might have actually mixed up the exact number of what I need. So let me just adjust these real quick. I know this is not, you can't see anything on the camera here, but all right, 106, 106, 106, 106. Just checking the little pile I have off camera here to make sure that these are all the same. I don't want to get any mixed up. Okay, yep, okay. And then let's double check our bag here. This is the 10 microfarad, is the 106. Yep. And our little bag behind us says the 105s, because they have a different label on them. Unfortunately, it's a little confusing. The 105s are the 50 volt. Okay. So that 150 volt one, where is that? That is... that's all the way... You can't see it, but it's off this side. So let me actually do that one next to get that out of the way. So that is capacitor number 22. That's to the left here. And yeah, let's put... Whoopsie. Accidentally turned on our heat gun there. We don't need that. Okay, so let's just put a little bit of flux on there. These are the ones where it's really a bit of a pain, and we'll see why in a second. But let's put some flux here too, because this will be the one I do afterwards. Okay. All right. So we're gonna just put this cap carefully over here. The problem is, actually, let me adjust this so it's easier for me to actually handle this thing. Hold on. We'll move the camera where it's appropriate. One second, let me just put that down. This camera arm takes some getting used to, so I'm not perfect with this thing yet. So my apologies, you're getting dizzy or anything like that. but it's what I have for now, so that's what I'm using. Alright, so you can see this little cap here, we put right there, and yeah, the pads are, I'm just looking at it close here. Actually, I'm sorry, I keep moving this around. There's really not a perfect spot for these, to do these caps in this corner, because it is quite a tight, a bit of an area here. So let's, there. That's gonna be it. Unfortunately, I can't really show you the best angle sometimes because I need to have the best view of how I could work with it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna screw up. So we're gonna take our soldering iron here, put some solder on it, and try not to screw this one up because these are hard. There's not really a much of the pad exposed. Yeah, there's not. I can't even see the other pad now that this is covered over there, honestly. So I might have to sort of put this on in a weird way. And then I might have to put some solder on the other side here. Because this is just so close here. Oh, Jay. Welcome to the stream, Jay. Yeah, that's not the prettiest on there, but you know what? I bet I could get that. Let me try with the heat gun. I'm just curious if I could. It's gonna probably burn it though. That wasn't really worth it. I just made it a little darker and brown in color, and it sunk down like 1/8 of a millimeter. So, yeah, I don't care. If it looks a little weird, it's not worth the trouble. As long as it works, that's really all I care about. But yeah, that's why I don't recommend doing these machines as like your first one, because some of these caps are very tiny. Alright, so let's do this one here. This next one is C10. I'll move over. This is a bit of a hard spot to get to, but we're going to try. And, oh, where did that cap go? I hope I put the right one on. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is our 107. And if we check our pack here, this is the 6.3 volts. Yep, that's exactly the one we want to use. Good night, Kellan. Thanks for joining. Alright, so let's put this one into position here. And this is going to be a bit of a tricky one, I think. Because the soldering tip I have on here right now is not really the best for getting into these small areas. So I'm going to try on the left side first, and we'll see how we could actually how close we could actually make this. Oh yeah, this is going to be annoying. I don't know if I could actually show you this because iron is very close. Hold on, let me move the camera here, because I want you to see this, but I can't do it from that angle. My iron's just going to hit the microscope here. So let's move this slightly. So now that this is on an arm, I could actually show you things a bit further away, but alright. So yeah, let's see if we could do this. Of course, the second I adjust this thing, I keep having to adjust the focus. But alright, that's, I think, as good as I'm going to get it. So let me try and do this as close to the edge here. And now I have to go in from the other side. Might have singed some plastic there, but I think no, that didn't do anything. Great. Let's try that again. Alright, that is not the cleanest job, unfortunately. Yeah, thanks, Joel. Yeah, the LCs are, especially, yeah, I melted some of the plastic there, I'm sure, by this this port, but that's not going anywhere. That's solid. So I hate when they're right up against something. It just makes it so much more problematic and annoying to actually go through and do it. And that's just, yeah. Alright, so the rest of these, if I'm not mistaken, I'm just checking here. We got this one, this one, this one. The rest of these are all the 10 microfarad 16 volts. So we should be able to hopefully do the rest of these fairly quickly. There we go. And let's just keep on going here. Because when I get this working, I want to play around with it some more and see what we could play around with on the machine. That'll be fun. Okay, so let's just start out with those here. So I got the little caps. These are tiny ones. Again, these are a little bit of annoying because the cap usually covers the entire pad. If I get new ones, I don't know if they make them in different sizes. I'm not sure. It'd be nice if these were just a little bit smaller. So expose more of the pads there, but what are you going to do? So let's... yeah, that's not... yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm actually going to put some solder on these pads before I put the cap down because I feel like I have a better chance of it actually touching the cap and the pad. Because these are just, yeah, a little bit problematic. Yeah, I mean that's not going anywhere. It's not the best job, but yeah, it's gonna be one of those jobs. All right, so let's go to the next two. I mean, if it works, it works. No one's gonna be looking at this. It's my personal board. I'm not selling it or anything. That's why I'm a little apprehensive about doing this for other people because, like, what's fine for me may not be fine for somebody else. You know. I hate doing this with my left hand, but That's horrible, but let's try and thanks, Jay. Yeah, Jay will make them real pretty. He does a real good job. I'm not gonna blame my tools, but I'm just not as skilled or experienced as him. I mean, I'll make you a mean Apple Talk network, but I don't even know if that's freaking touching, is it? What the heck, man? Let's see. What are you talking about Pentiums in here for? Wrong channel, dude. Yeah, that was not touching. I'm just kidding. There we go. That's making a connection now. Perfect. Alright, let's put a bit more flex there. There we go. Hopefully, even though it looks a little funky, these should be good. You know, Bruce isn't watching, so he won't see any of this non-professional stuff. I need some more flex. You sort of get this one from an angle. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Okay, I think that one's pretty good on there too. Again, not going to win any beauty contest here, but it is what I could do. And oh, this is all this gunk from this like Q-tip and all this stuff. Actually, there's some gunk on this little cap that was on the board before. I didn't put this cap there, but I'm just going to try and clean this up a little bit. Just yeah, that has hold on. That has a bit of a fishy smell. Hello, Yannick. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. This component had a little bit of a fishy smell to it. Probably just the residue from the caps that were nearby. But if we could just freshen that up, I think I'd feel a little better. If I could hold this steady enough, come on. There, I think that's a little better. Good, glad to hear you're doing well. So we are working on Macintosh LC2. These caps don't look the best. It's very, very close quarters here, unfortunately. But, you know, I'm doing the best I can. And we have quite a bit more to go through here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that all? No. There's 7 left, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so these are all the same size and everything. So we're going to just keep on going. So let me put the flux where I gotta. Now again, these caps are very small, so I might need to put some solder down on these pads, and that, you know, in fact, that's probably what I will do. Just make this a little bit easier for me. Just a little bit. Make sure that's actually, yeah, there we go. I want to put some fresh solder on all those pads and just at the edge too. Oh, that's alright, Jay. I appreciate you looking. There was one guy on eBay. He had 2 of them for $20. I should have jumped on it. It looks like that is no longer there. I don't know. I'm guessing it's the tray that's the problem. I mean, we discussed it before, but it's unfortunate. I'll take a look. You know, to think of all the trays my old company probably threw away is sad, but who knows? Maybe I'll find them somewhere. But I appreciate it anyway. Thank you. Doesn't get much use. I only turned the Xserve on to do a backup, and that's about it. Okay. Alright, so let's we'll do this tricky one next here. So this is this one right there. This is capacitor number 15. And not only are we close to the plastic, we have all the lovely close pads next to us here. So let's try and make the best out of this situation here. Actually can't, there we go. Okay, that seemed like it held. Let's go from the other side here. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, and that one's going to be an awkward one. Where's the plus symbol on it? Oh, I guess they... Oh, there it is. It's just hard to see. Alright, we'll put this one on here. And let's pull out our spool of solder. Alright, that's not too bad. And then let's try and get this side here. There we go. That's not too bad at all, actually. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. Just keep on going here. This is going to be a little tricky. I'm going to have to rotate this, I think. Yeah, we're going to have to rotate that and move this a little bit so you can see. Okay, because these are over here. these are what we're going to be doing. Okay, so these same caps as before. There we go. It's always an awkward position with some of these, but... Okay. This is, yeah, I can see where I burned that plastic. Now it's very much apparent from this angle. Don't want to put two big blobs of solder on there, but okay, that's not too bad. That's not going anywhere. It seems pretty secure. Again, I don't care how pretty it looks. I care if it works. And this is looking much better than the first LC board I tried, which was horrible. I mean, I butchered that thing. I really did. I mean, it was giving up pads left and right, and I probably didn't have, like, oh, I know I didn't have the best tools and stuff there, but I've learned a lot since then. And I mean, the machine did work. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. It's like this one probably won't be pretty, but hopefully it will work. I am hopeful. I wonder if that actually is making the connection under there. I think that could use a little bit more flux. I hope this won't be an 8-hour stream. Let's hope not. Oh, there's always the risk. Yeah, I think that's on there. I don't think that's going anywhere, hopefully. Alright, so we got one right here, one there. So we have 3 more to go. Alright. Hey, 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 hey. I'll be asleep. Alright, let's see how these ones go. Turn this once again. There we are. I pulled out the soldering iron. I didn't even have the cap there yet. Okay. Okay. Nope, that's not doing it. It's not making it under there. The solder, rather, is not... The solder... I can't talk today. The solder, rather, is not getting under there. Yeah, I think that did it. Hello, Ancient Mac! I am taking my watch off. I have a feeling I'm going to mess it up. Hope I didn't scratch it. No. So I just had to get a replacement Apple Watch. Thankfully, it was under warranty for a few more weeks. Time flew by with that thing. But unfortunately, the battery was just... It wasn't charging. I would have it charging on my nightstand, overnight, I would wake up and it says, "Oh, battery can't charge," and it was at like 20%. Yeah, I never really had a problem with it until now. Apple sent me a replace. Since I had Apple Care on it, they allow you to do this express replacement now. I don't know if anyone's ever experienced that. It's new to me because I don't really buy too much new Apple stuff. And essentially, they ship you a new one, and you have a few weeks or a week or a few days to send the old one back. And get this situated so you can see it. Let me just. Which one was I working on? Crud. Which one was I working on? Here, this one. Right? Yeah. Yeah, let me just do this real quick. And so they give you some time to send back the old one. But they send you a replacement in advance, which is nice. And they give you a nice box to mail it back in. Like, it has like an Apple label on it. It's all branded and everything. Like, I don't think any other company besides Apple would do something like that. Amazon would be like, "Oh, just shove it in a box, send it back." But this is good stuff. So, alright, so let's get you a better view. This should be the last cap that we're doing. The last capacitor. I wish it was. Doing this for many more years, I'm sure. Many more live streams of capacitors. And is this upside down? This is upside down. How did I get myself upside down here? Well, that's just how that is, because my finger, where is it? Oh no, I'm not. Oh, I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Ignore me. I got it. I get a little confused sometimes. I'm old, I'm confused. Oh boy, this one got all toasty already. You know what? Let me do this from the other side. This is what I hate, when they're so tiny. And it's really just these caps with that I guess I could use the heat station or whatever, but it might actually make it worse, to be honest. Okay. Okay, I think that is good. I don't think that's going anywhere. Yeah, a lot of these are tight fits, unfortunately, and it doesn't look pretty, but I'm just trying to do what I can here. Alright, so let's get some Q-tips out here. Little cotton swabs, cotton buds, whatever you want to call them. And we're rationing our isopropyl alcohol here. Don't have a lot of it. And you can't find it, so at least I can't, not at the moment. So we're just going to give this a quick cleaning. Wow. I promise you I am not intoxicated. And Greg's doing all the work for me in that part. And then we'll see if the machine wants to work now. That would be nice now, wouldn't it? Clean all the gunk off. I was like, where'd I put the trash can? Oh, it's right behind me. And it's no clean flux, but I just like to make sure that I'm not leaving any, too much gunk behind. Okay. I probably didn't, Greg. You know, I could see what you're saying. Alright, so I'm just blowing the fan here to help dry any of that alcohol. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Looks like everything is okay. I'm always on the go fast juice. That's the secret there. Okay, I'm just nudging these, making sure none of them are wiggling out of place. Alright. Polarity good. 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 And then the three over here. On this side. Look pretty good to me. They could use a little spot touch here. Okay, that's not too bad. Got some bigger solder blobs than I'd like on this board, but you know what? Not too bad. And if it works, I mean, then yay! And just seeing if there's oh, what that is. That's just some flux. I got into that area. Just want to clean this off as much as I can. You don't want anything problematic. Alright, cool. So, it looks like, guys, it is time to, oops, that doesn't work anymore. I have to set up that camera up there. I guess it's not plugged in. Alright, anyway, it's time to, let's turn that stuff off. It's time to test to see if the board works. Alright, how about that? So, let's put some of our tools aside here. Let's move the microscope out of the way. I hope it'll work. You guys place your bets. Tell me how confident you are in my repair skills. Okay. Whoopsie. Make sure we don't have any... there was one or two solder balls when I started out with this. I don't see any lingering around. I do see some flux. I just want to... There we go. It'll work. Okay, Jay says it'll work. Greg says it'll work. Aaron says it'll work. Now, I'd feel horrible if I disappointed everybody and it won't work. But, where the heck did I put the case for this thing? Here it is. Ah, boy. No, that's not it. No, hold on. Where did this go? Where did this case go? Oh, boy. I had the... Here it is. Performa 400, and I still have the floppy disk in the drive there. Yannick has faith in me. Don't tell him it's misplaced. We'll let him figure it out on his own. Here's one of the plastic tabs that unfortunately has broken off of this case. The plastic is extremely brittle, so unfortunately that's just par for the course here. The power supply does work, so we should hopefully be good to go here. So let me, yeah, I'm not going to snap this in all the way. I'm just going to sort of let it sit in the board. Let me get a better view for you guys. Hold on one second. We have another camera here that, let me just try something here one second. Above camera does not want to be, does not want to work today. Above camera. No, maybe it's not plugged in. Probably not plugged in, so never mind. You know what? We'll just, yeah. What model Laserdisc player is that? This is, right here, this one is a, it's like an industrial player, LDV 4400. So it's a Pioneer. LDV4400. And yeah, it's a pretty sweet player. I like it. Very clean video signal. Apparently it's like a very non-processed video signal, which is good for capturing stuff. So I've actually used it to transfer some things. And there goes one of the plastic clips from the power supply. That's alright. This stays in even without those clips, and this one got a little melted. So I was not expecting that to not fall off, but yeah. Your first was a V2600. That's not bad either. They're great machines. I love Laserdisc players. They're really cool. All right, so I'm just like kind of lifting this up here, just like letting it rest. Let's see if we could get this camera in a bit closer so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. And so I just have it sort of resting here. We have the speaker plugged in. We got the fan plugged in. Got the floppy drive plugged in. This should be really all we need to get some life out of this machine. Let's put these little plastic pieces in my plastic graveyard over there. I'm still at it. Well, I only started about an hour ago, David. But yeah, so we're continuing from the other day. No, I mean, I was up all night. Yeah, so we're about to test this thing, actually. I'm not going to put any memory in it or anything. I think it has everything it needs on board. We'll figure that out soon enough. I might have to bring out the CRT again. Hopefully not. But, yeah, let's try this out. And hello from New Jersey. That's not as exciting as Great Britain, but, hello. Okay, so I'm just undoing this adapter here for the video. I think we'll only need just one of them. I have a few of these, so if one doesn't work, I'll try the other. Some are designed for different monitors than what I'm using, so. No, that does not want to. Oh, come on. Okay. That's better. Plug our VGA cable in there. We're going to plug our power cable in. Let's set this to VGA mode. So move the camera just up a little bit so we can see if there's anything on the picture there. I'm going to plug the power cable in. Place your bets. I hope it'll work. Let's see. Got the fan. Cannot display this mode. Same problem we were having before. Let's test it with some video memory, because last time I put some video memory in there. Let's see. No sparks. That's good. Let's... Oh, it'd help if you did it this way. Alright, still can't display the video mode. That's not encouraging. This does have built-in memory, so we should not need any memory to this thing. But you know what? Let me just get up and get that CRT again. It did not explode, so that's a win in my book. But it's not really working, which is not good. Let me carefully move some of my tools over here so we could put our big chunky CRT monitor back on the desk. I actually have this weird thing. It's like an arm. You're looking at my gut. It's like an arm that sits here, and it's supposed to like support a CRT. I don't know how good it would be, but yeah, Jay. Well, you should have figured that out a while ago. It's funny because this CRT, which is not my favorite by any means, it's just, you know, your low-cost, cheapo Performa CRT. I seem to be using a lot, and that's mostly because it has the video cable already built in, and the resolution, the low resolution it does is fine for what I need for right now. So let's plug that in. turn that around. It has a stand built in, which is nice. Not all of the CRTs I have still have the stands there. Let's try and figure this out. So, I'm going to plug a CRT into this board here. Let's turn on the monitor. And let's turn on the machine. Yeah, so we still get that gray screen. Huh. Yes. Bruce is always disappointed in my work. At least that Bruce is. Alright, we still have the gray screen here, unfortunately. Let me try some memory. Let's just... Why the heck not? I have... What memory do I got here that I could shove in here? These are only 256K. I mean, they should work. No, wait, let's try, hold on. I labeled them all, so I know what they are. That iMac is not actually on. I know it kind of looks like it is, but there's just a piece of paper on it. That's a piece of paper. That's not. I wouldn't leave the iMac CRT on all the time. I don't want to get any burn-in. So this is a 1 megabyte, I think. Let's try and get a matching pair here. And yeah, I mean, look, I've fallen for it too. I've come downstairs and be like, oh, I left the iMac on again. You know, because I only put that label on there as a joke recently. And I mean, yeah, it's totally on. Oh boy. All right, let's try and get these memory sims in here. So I'm putting an extra 4 megabytes of memory in the system. I don't know if that's really going to help it, because it does have onboard memory. It should be okay, but let's try that again. Yeah, that's, huh. So no activity from the floppy drive. We have no activity. We have a monitor output, but it was doing this before I recapped it. Yeah, I'm a little stumped here. I was assuming this behavior was because of some nasty caps, but let's unplug it here. I mean, I don't think it's the power supply. I mean, I have another I could try, but I don't think it's that. I'm just going to look at the bottom of the board here, see if there's anything I'm missing. Well, there is no hard drive plugged in, but the floppy drive should be seeking, and it's not. I'm just going to look at the bottom of this board here, see if there's any obvious signs of anything different. Unfortunately, I don't have too many power supplies. I sent a working one and a dead one to Jay, so I'm sort of out of them at the moment. I mean, I have another one I could use, but I don't have so many, so hopefully that's not the power supply issue right now. I'm just checking the bottom, see if sometimes these little caps fall off. There's one missing, but it looks like it's missing from the factory. It doesn't look like it broke off or anything like that. Yeah, everything so far is looking okay, at least on the bottom of this. You have a feeling it's the power supply. Well, I did mark good on the power supply, and that was April 2019. But you know what? It's almost April 2020, so I do have a power supply here. This is on the other LC2 I tried to recap. I'm curious if this has the same issue. This is the other LC2 I tried to recap, and we were not successful on that one either. I'm curious if, let's see if this does anything different. I wonder if this will do the same thing. Well, we're getting the weird radio interference type noises, which is a little concerning. But let me try with some video memory in there. Yes, alien transmissions. We are receiving the transmissions. Yeah, so there's no video on this one, which is unfortunate. I did a bit of a rough job on this board. This was not my best work. I mean, let me just compare something real quick. See if I have those all in the right spot. Yeah, I do. I mean, some of those caps don't look the best there, but I mean, this is 2 LC2s in a row that I've struck out on. There has to be something that's going on here. I mean, this has a lot of flux on the board, and so I wouldn't be surprised if there's something busted with that. But let's try this power supply with the other board, just for the heck of it, just to satisfy curiosities here. Okay. Let's take this one up here. Let's just put it behind us for a second. And this is from LC2 number 1. So let me actually put a label on this thing. So we have a label here. Exciting labeling action, action, action. Alright, so just put a little sticker on here. Alright. Independence Day is a great movie. I agree, Dana. This is number 1. I remember seeing that in the theaters at least twice when it came out. I always got scared when the alien jumped against the glass at that scene. Okay. Well, not scared, but you know, you get that, you know, it's sudden, so you get like a jump. Alright, so this has a little rust on it, actually. Why am I pointing there? Ugh, that's, that probably is not good, but, it did work, I think. So let's try this power supply, just for the heck of it. I don't know if it's cap rust. I mean, these machines might have been stored in a weird location. I mean, this is these machines had a life before I got them, so probably a hard life too. It's a hard Macintosh life for us. Oh boy. Alright, let's plug in the video here. Okay. Oh, that's great to know. Cap leakage. Awesome. Well, I should have sent that one to Jay. Alright, let's try this. Oh, we get a screen again. But nothing different. That's sad. Yeah, I admit I went to the sequel. I saw it in the theater. It wasn't the best thing in the world. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. If they didn't try and shoehorn all those new characters in it, it probably would have been more tolerable. I just went to see it for Jeff Goldblum. But okay, that does not help our situation here, because we still, unfortunately, are running into an issue. So let me, yeah, I'm gonna get the multimeter out. I don't think it's a power supply. I think we have some, because it does the same thing with 2 different power supplies. I think maybe one of the capacitors is not, because some of these smaller capacitors, it's hard to get those on the pads correctly. I would not be surprised if some of them are not just seated correctly, and we have to clean up our work a little bit. So we could try that first before we go too crazy. I'm gonna get my multimeter here. Nothing too fancy. No, because it has onboard memory. So yeah, I mean, it has onboard memory. So it even if I remove the memory, I'll do that and turn it on again. Even if I remove the memory, it should be okay. Actually, I forgot. Where the heck did I put it? Crap. Where's where'd I put the other board, which had the memory, the video memory sim in it? Where's that guy? I just had the darn thing. I am terrible at holding on to things. Hold on. Yeah, it could be a teeny tiny broken trace. Where'd that board go? What the heck? What the heck, dude? Oh, there it is. It's the memory module is sitting right there. Let's take that out. Yeah, let's try it without the memory, but with the memory module here. See if that'll make any difference. Yeah, I mean, I'll check the memory. I'll look to see if anything's... See, the caps aren't really near the memory at all, so I wouldn't suspect that, but who knows? We'll check it out. So let's move that over there. All right, we're not touching any metal, are we? No, it's all plastic, so it should be good. Yeah, even with the built-in video memory. Yeah, very strange. Alright, so I have my multimeter out. Let's take a look at this. I'm not going to be able to give you guys the best angle because it's just me here. But let's let me take. I guess I could take this stuff off of the desk here. I really need to put like shelves underneath the desk so I can just like put stuff down and grab them, because I'm just like balancing them behind me. It ain't good. Alright, so let's bring this a little closer. Let's see what we can do here. Bake for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Good LC. Alright, so let's put the board here. And I'm first just going to make sure that all the areas that I've soldered to are making good connection here. I need to look at this closely. Oh, is that not even making a connection there? Oh, that is. Okay. Let's see. Where does this little guy go? So this cap is that rail, and I guess that should be touching here too. Oh, let me test the rest first, come back to that. Okay. Alright, so these three look okay except for capacitor 2, the negative end. Let me see if I get the microscope on this. Hey, Brock. I forgot to say hello. Sorry. I'm tightening the arm instead of loosening it. That's why it won't come down. What the heck? There we go. Sorry, this is new to me, so okay. Alright, so what I'm trying to say is, let me adjust the focus here. So this cap here, the positive side, if I could actually do it correctly, makes continuity with that there. Now, this has a big bulb of solder here. I'm hoping that actually made it to the foot, the pad underneath. So if I put this here, well, let me see something. There. See, so I'm just trying to. Okay, so This thing here, this end there, rather, so technical here. This end here should maybe be connected to this rail here, but on this side it is, but on this side it doesn't seem to be. So maybe that cap, it's really hard to, let me turn the iron back on here. I might just have to redo this one. I'm going to start small and just see. Hey! Oh, read Bruce's message. Oh, Bruce is here. I didn't even see. Hey, Bruce. Can I please have a quick recap on the recap? I didn't even see you there, Bruce. Thank you for joining. So we recapped this LC2, but it gives us the same trouble that we had to begin with, which is essentially when we turn it on with the CRT even, we just get a white screen. We don't get a chime. It doesn't seem to matter if we have VRAM installed or memory or anything. It doesn't like that. I'm suspecting, and I don't know if you have an LC2 to play along at home here. I'm just grasping at straws here, but I'm trying to get the continuity, trying to trace the continuity of capacitor 2 here. And so the positive side meets its little edge here, and that's fine. However, the negative portion here, if I put my little prong there, oh, never mind, I'm an idiot. Now it seems to want to work. I was trying to see where this would lead to, and yeah, it leads there. Okay, so that sort of makes that capacitor out of the question. I'm just trying to make sure that everything's connected here, and obviously I was just too quick to judge, but yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately we're sort of back where we started. These three capacitors on this side of the board, C4, C3, and C2, all seem to be going to the little anchor holes where they should be. You know, everything is it seems to be connected is the word I'm trying to say. Actually, I noticed a little bit of dirt that might have been corrosive. Not corrosive, but a little piece of, where can I find it on here? Right here, there was a little piece of metal between here and here, just like some dirt. I wonder if that was enough to cause any problems. I mean, there is some gunk here. I don't know if it's conductive or not. You swore it moved. Alright, well, let's take a look if it moves. It does not seem to be moving, so I believe it is making that connection. But let's clean this little area. We could at least do that. Would not hurt at all. Turn the CRT off before I end up leaving it on for 8 hours, not even noticing. My first thought would be a really good clean around the cluster of caps. Okay, we will try and do that too. I'm just going to clean this little area here where I just saw some gunk. So, well, actually, yeah, there's quite a bit of gunk in this area. Now, if it doesn't show anything after, you know, it just shows that gray screen, I don't know if that would be a memory issue. I guess I'm going to clean around these, give a little quick brush around the memory modules on the board, too. Make sure there's no, I mean, that's all the gunk that I'm picking up here. So, but we did try a second power supply just to rule things out. And that didn't really resolve anything. But yeah, I'm just gonna let me get a closer look with my eyes here. 1 second. Just want to see if I could see anything that's suspect. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of debris and dirt in some areas here. Nothing looked too suspicious, but I'm just going around briefly. I know you can't really see me, but I'm just going around quickly and cleaning out some dust bunnies here. That I wouldn't think would be causing it, but you never know. And then when I get to that cluster, I'll zoom in, and we can get a closer look there. I thought I did a pretty good job of cleaning that cluster, but we can have another look there. Just looking in very closely. Yeah, let's look at that cluster here. Hello, David. Okay, so we're gonna get our microscope a little closer. Yeah, maybe it's going the wrong way. Hold on. Ah, very, very technical, fancy stuff we got here. And you know what, let me try and bring this down further, because there's a little light on this thing, but it doesn't really show until you're like really close down. Okay, so let's go to our cluster here. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do the best job with these caps. They are just about as wide as where the pads are, so some of them are a little lopsided, but it's the best I could do. Now, there's still a lot of crud on the board, like flux and such. Is that a crack, or is that just a hair? That's just a hair. Okay, that's just gunk. I'm going to keep trying to clean this as we get a closer look here. Oh, you notice a little soldering ball. Okay, well, we could definitely get that out. Is it in the area where I'm still am, or did I move it already and we lost it? Clean that. I clean. So it's my hat hitting the thing, sorry. By the white connection port. Oh, okay. To the right. No, I don't think I see what, oh, here? Hold on. There? Now there's a spot on the board there. I don't believe that's a solder ball. Now that is definitely a point on the board, but does not hurt to use the scalpel just to get in between these areas. There's a lot of flux and gunk here. Yeah, I was scrubbing before, but you know what? Let me, I do have my toothbrush here. Let me soak this toothbrush with alcohol and scrub all of this. I did give it a good scrub before I put any of the caps on, but who knows? Now, what is annoying here is these little chips here. Wait, where are they? These little guys. Between their legs, there's some gunk from the flux. So I don't see any green or blue or anything. Just doesn't hurt to get some of this crap out of there. But thank you for the suggestion, Bruce. Guess it never hurts to try cleaning a little bit more. Let me show you where I'm just getting some of this stuff out from here. Yeah, that's a big chunk of flux or whatever. It's just... Now I have an electric toothbrush. I don't use the toothbrush that has all the disgusting gunk on it. I'd have no teeth if that was the case. Yeah, that would be quite disgusting, Aaron. Yuck. Okay. I thought this one was going to be an easy one, but you never know, I guess. Alright, so let's try not to stab ourselves with the with the scalpel. Yeah, let's try to get that out. Alright, so let's just see. Alright, so that was that area there. Let me, where's my toilet paper, towel, whatever, tissue? Just clean. This brush is just like, it has like flux and all this gunk in it. Just trying to dry some of this before I plug it in. I know the alcohol evaporate, the solution evaporates fast, but I'm kind of concerned. I don't want it to be damp, you know. What do you guys think? I will take a another cotton swab and just go around the processor here. Just to make sure. Because that's kind of important. It does all the thinking for us. Okay. Let me check the ROMs too. Is that corrosion or... Oh no, that's just... I don't think it is. Oh, I think I heard a solder ball just roll and fall. So... yeah. So there are these brown strips, and they are strips. They're not... I don't think it's corrosion or anything. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, who's there? So, let's see if we could even get a look at it. I'm going to take the microscope off of the stand here. So, bear with me for a moment here. I'm just trying to show you what I see. There we go. See that brown strip there? This is under the ROM chips. All of them have this. I'm just... Oh, hold on. I'm trying to focus and hold it steady at the same time. All of them have that little strip there. So this is under the ROM chips. Each pair of the legs has that. I don't think that's anything... That must be just like how it was done up in the factory. I get done up. Wow, I can't even... That's probably how it was installed in the factory. They all have those strips there. It doesn't look like corrosion or anything. But yeah, let's put the microscope back on the little holder here. But I'll continue to look around the board. Let's see if I notice anything. Um, yeah, I'm just looking to see if there are any traces that I'm just going to use my naked eye here because it's probably a bit better than the microscope at sometimes. But let's see if I can notice any traces that look a little brown or that look a little worn, or that I can just see green through them. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I'm not against reseeding the chips or anything. There's some gunk here by one of the memory chips, I think. Let's see. Let's see. Where did I see this? Yeah, right there. Look at that. And that just might be dirt. But I don't know. That could have been bridging something. But doesn't look like there was anything that was corroded there. It just looks like there was some dirt. Because those traces look fine to me. So I don't think that was anything. But again, it doesn't seem like it's, getting to the point where it's passing its memory test, so does not hurt to clean out those. Oops, sorry. Does not hurt to clean out these surrounding areas. Let me do one more test. I'm gonna plug everything back in and just see if we get anything different. If not, I'll try popping out those ROMs. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. Honestly, that's just a guess. But yeah. So let's. Now, Bruce, correct me if I'm wrong. We shouldn't need anything. This has built-in onboard memory, 4 megabytes, I believe. I think it has built-in 256K of video memory. Is that correct? So hopefully we shouldn't have any problem there. That would just save us from putting some stuff in there. So I have our power supply, which is a little suspect, but should be okay. Okay, we got our power supply there. I'll plug the monitor in, why not? I'll switch the view in a second. Okay, yeah, I did try the VRAM sim I had, and it didn't seem to make a difference, because even without it, I got a white screen on the CRT, but we should get a chime, I would assume. I guess might as well just put it in the darn case. It's being lazy here. Okay, well I can get one of my battery things. Let me do that. Let me run upstairs real quick. I will get one of my battery containers to put some AA's in there, and I'll be right back. Let me go SMC reset. I don't know, this doesn't even have a CUDA switch on it, a button on it. Let me go grab a battery pack. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Of course, I knocked over the trash bin. Ew. And of course, all the disgusting Q-tips and little solder pieces fell out. All the dead caps. Okay, hold on. Yes, the cops found me. They found me. Okay. They'll release him. Yeah. Let's not get into a crazy Ken lore here. It's not exactly what's going on. All right. So I got my battery cases here. Now, I believe the batteries that I am pulling out of my pocket have a charge to them. I can use my multimeter, I guess, to test the voltage of them, but yeah. So let's wire this up. And let's see if we can get anything out of this. So, yeah, so this will be red goes to positive. All right. I think I tried this on the Color Classic board, but hide in my basement. They'll never find me behind all the computers. There he is, behind the Macintosh 2. Get him. Then Bruce will say, actually, that Macintosh 2 is mine. Can you please return it to me? I'll cover the shipping. Okay, there we go. Alright, so our battery pack is there. Let's just set this up here. I mean, at least this gives us a screen. The other machine that we did, the other LC that we did not even give me that. So, I mean, we don't have much progress because this sort of started out the same way. We haven't made any difference since when we started, but let's just try anyway. So I'm going to put the batteries in here. And let's see, I have the video memory sim, which I keep misplacing, which is not good because I don't have a lot of those. Yeah, the board is there's nothing metal touching the board because there are plastic pegs under the board, so it's resting on them. You can't see it. But I assure you there was nothing touching the board. If there was, I would be careful to do that. Where's that darn VRAM sim? Sounds like the name of a movie. A very bad movie. That darn VRAM sim. We got our memory modules here. We got our spare power supply here. Put it under here. Yeah, that's a problem, Bruce. I don't have too many of those. But, yeah. Jeez, where the heck did it go? Did I stand up and put it in my pocket or something? No, I just got AA batteries in my pocket because I was upstairs looking for batteries. And there one goes on the floor. Oh boy. Here's our box of... Oh, here it is. So this, I don't know if they make much of a difference, but this has a copyright date of 89 through 92. It says 4.8 display VRAM sim. Let me look up the number of this real quick. See if I could find any information on it. This is an Apple 8200269B. Let's see what that comes up with. And of course I get iMac stuff. No. No. I always have to do so many minuses now with this stuff because everything comes up Mac Pro or MacBook Pro or blah 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 blah. That number is not... Oh wait, there's a different number I should be looking up. There's... Hold on. Let's try this. 670 0269A. 256K VRAM sim. For the LC, LC2, LC3, 475. Okay, so this should work. I think I actually got this out of the Color Classic or something, but... Alright, so I'm trying with no memory of the machine, just the VRAM sim. We have our makeshift PRAM battery here. The cops are still after me, apparently. I didn't do it, I swears. Eep! Eep shots! Everyone take a shot. No, you didn't miss much. We recapped it. It was not happy when we tried to turn it on. Same stuff, exactly the same of what we had when we tried to turn it on originally. So we didn't make any progress yet, but we are putting in a makeshift PRAM battery, and we have cleaned up the board again. So, whoop, the monitor was already on. And we're gonna try this again. So let's see if we could get this going here. All right, so let's get the monitor in camera frame also, and we'll see if we get any difference here. So the fan spins. Now we get nothing on the display. Huh. So there was a white screen on here before. Now we get nothing. Huh. Oh, okay, thanks, Bruce. Yeah, this is a 670-0269A. But when I googled it, it comes up with for an LC or an LC2. Alright, so this is strange, because we're not getting the video we were before. We were just getting a white screen. Let me take out the VRAM sim. Let's do a test here. So, nothing on the display at all. All we did was clean it. Nothing is touching this at all. There's no metal touching any of this. The only other difference is we have our PRAM battery here. Hello, Matt. Which may not. I wonder if the let me take the batteries out. Let's see if we get a different thing here. Because that's very strange. We were getting white video before, even without the VRAM sim. That is very strange. Huh. Yeah, the monitor's on. I see the green light. I mean, I have some memory here, 2 megabyte memory. Let me plug that into the machine. Now, if the onboard memory has a problem, I don't know if this memory is going to help, but should take the VRAM out first and help me. There we go. Okay, you know what? Let's seat this correctly, just in case. There we go. Behind that, and just slide that in. Okay. Same with this power supply here. Okay, so we have video memory, and we have no PRAM battery installed, but let's see what happens. Alright, so now we get the white screen. Nothing has changed except me seating it down on the ground. I mean, the board is... I don't, well, I know. That's right. I put the memory in there. Okay. Let's put the batteries back in. Ah, so with the batteries in, we get no image on the screen at all. And now the batteries may be dead. Yeah, so nothing really happened, Matt. We put the rest of the caps on the board. We're not getting anything going. There's no startup chime, no real image on the screen. So I cleaned the board again where I could. And now we're just trying again. One of the ideas was to get a PRAM battery, and I don't have one, so I just hooked up two AA batteries to try and do that. For goodness sake, Steve, you have a bloody multi... Alright, I'll check the batteries. I'll check the batteries. Sorry, Bruce. He's getting angry. He's very angry. What setting... Please refresh my memory, kind sir. What setting do I need to put the El Cheapo multimeter on here to test it? I believe we did... it was the Omega symbol, and it was like 20M, was it? I'm not sure. Let me know. DC voltage. how do I tell that it's DC? I honestly, I swear, I only use this thing just for continuity. I have not played around with it at all. So I either have the little voltage V here, or I have the Omega symbol. I don't know which, or the voltage with the the tilde. I wish it just said DC. I mean, there's likely a symbol for it. I'm just not understanding. When I don't know something, folks, I admit it. Top right corner. Okay, so that's the little Omega symbol. Is that correct? Oh, the little 3 lines. Oh, okay, the ones under the V with the 3 lines under. Okay, so that's DC. Let me get my marker here. let's make a label, so I don't have to ask silly questions again. Okay. And what setting on DC should I put it on? Okay. My keyboard's over here, the mouse is over there. It's easier to ask you folks. You guys know what you're doing. What options do I have? I have 200M, then I have 2, 20, 200, and 1000. I assume 200M is the lowest. So again, that's 200M, 2, 220, I'm sorry, 200M, 2, 20, 200, and 1000. Alright, let's do 20. See, I remembered the 20. That's all I remembered. Alright, let's try and test our batteries here. This is 1.6. And this is 1.6. So, if I could keep the batteries on the table here. They both appear to be okay. Just for fun. There were some more batteries I put on the table here. Let's just test those. This is not even 1. This is about 0.94. So we have some differences here. This is also pretty low. This is well, this one's a 1.2, so that's not too bad. Yes, I shall do that. I was just curious the rest of the batteries here, because these Enter cells, these are like Radio Shack's brand. Oh, this one, wow, this one's still good. Most of them I've used before, and I put them in the bin to be recycled, and then I forgot, oh, this one's pretty good too. So some of these are actually still good. I'm just surprised here. This one's, yeah, the Amazon branded ones are okay. This Duracell, I think, is dead. Yeah, that one's dead. Okay, yeah, let's put them in a little battery holder, and I will test the continuity of the voltage on the board there. So, alright, so we're getting 3.25 volts. Oh, no, I left my soldering iron on. Let me turn that off. 3.25 volts is what we are reading. So, yeah, I mean, that should be enough, I guess, or close to it. I mean, what is it, 3.6 are on these little button batteries? And I don't think any of them I have are actually have any voltage on them. Yeah, that should be fine. So that's interesting. Without the batteries, I get the white screen. With the batteries, I don't. Yeah, this little battery is dead. Yeah, so, I mean, that's just makes me even more curious. So, yeah. Hello, XX Dirty Gamer 21XX. That sounds like a screen name right out of like 1999. Good on you, sir. Yeah, I know it expects 3.6 volts, but yeah, that should be enough. I mean, it's all connected there. Yeah, I mean, we can try again, I guess. Let's. Now the floppy drive seeks a little bit, but not really seeking. It just makes a noise. that's always good when you do an RMA and you get a hard drive or something that's better than the one that you sent in. That's always nice. Doesn't happen all the time. It's very rare, but very cool. Yeah, so it's on right now. You know, let me take out the onboard the additional memory. Maybe that's not good for it. I mean, they're both 2 megabyte 80 nanosecond sims, but or DIMMs rather, whatever they are. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to take out the VRAM sim. Does the same exact thing. That is very weird, dudes. Very, very strange. Because it does have built-in memory. Yeah, that's what I thought, Bruce. I thought it had to just be a bit over 3 volts. But thank you for confirming that. I mean, these ROM chips look like they're in the sockets pretty good. There's no corrosion around them or anything. I don't have any suspicion that they might be the cause, but you know, if it's not passing the memory check and it's not going to that screen, I mean, the next thing I'm going to do is just check continuity on those, on the capacitors. It could just be that there's a bad trace somewhere. Let's see. Alright, that's the best guess I could come up with at this point. Probably give this another 20 minutes. If we don't make any progress, we'll scoot here. Try a different VRAM sim. Let me see what I got. I think I have an LC3 over there. Let me check. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, so this is from a LC3. I don't know if it'll fit in that slot. I brought the machine with me just for the heck of it. No. So the LC3 memory VRAM sim is much larger, unfortunately, than what we need for the LC2. So I should have another VRAM sim somewhere. Ooh, yeah, this this is the one I butchered. Let's see if this one still works. I'm just curious now. This is the one that this had a hard life. All the pads were lifting off of it left and right. This is like the first LC model I did. This poor butchered soul still works. Actually, we got no video. I wonder if this monitor cable is a little... Oh, no, yeah, there. Yeah, so this is the LC3. This is not the one we recapped. This is LC3 Plus. And, actually, if I eject this floppy disk here... I think this was the 8-hour stream, LC3. I think that what was it? Yes, this is the... Oh, jeez, come on! Yeah, this is... And it's still happy to this day. Because I looked at this board and I'm like, is that a wire just draped over one of these capacitors here? Oh my god, the more I look at this, the more horrible it looks, but... Yeah, this was giving up traces left and right. There's like a row, there's a nice row of like 3 beautiful traces. And it's just like, everything else is just horrible on this board. But it works. Oh man. I'll finish booting it up, then I'll shut it down, but... Yeah, I mean, I didn't mess with it or anything after it worked, so I wasn't expecting it to just die on me or anything, but, oh boy. This is what I hope we could do with the LC2, but I'm not having any luck with those. This is the second LC2 I haven't been able to get working. So even booting up in color and everything. Do you have a network storage solution? I do have a Synology disk station, and I'm quite happy with it. So this has no memory module installed, but let's see how much memory it tells us. This has 12 megabytes of memory. Nice. Was that built into this thing? I think that's the VRAM sim, maybe? Wait. Am I confusing the I might be confusing the memory module with the VRAM sim. Yeah, I might be, because I don't think this came with 12 megabytes of memory standard. Let's see real quick. Because now I'm curious. LC3, 4 megabytes of onboard memory. Yes, this is a 10 megabyte. It's not a VRAM sim. This is just, this is just a memory module. Actually, this will help us test. Hold on. So if I shut this down, and I grab the video memory sim out of the LC2, and that fits here. If this will boot with the VRAM sim, I'll assume the VRAM sim works. So we got a chime, we got some video, and we'll see how many colors we could select. But yeah, I mean, I would assume if that VRAM sim did not work, our Mac would not be happy right now. I'm just trying to find an excuse, Bruce, to not look for another VRAM sim on this. That's what's going on at this point. Yeah, my Synology NAS is a bit old. It's, I think, the 410J model. Has 4 bays. I have 4 terabyte drives in there. I have it set up as a RAID. There's some redundancy. So there's about 8 terabytes of usable storage in there. Yes, broken traces. The hunt for broken traces. Oh boy. You're not looking forward to it, but I guess I gotta do it. So I'll let this thing boot up, and I'll shut it down. But the more I look at the caps on this board, let me switch to the microscope here. I just gotta show you, because it's horrible, but just look at that. There's, piles of solder just for it to touch something. There's a wire that's going here to touch that, and then going there to touch that, and there's gunk all over. Yeah, this is horrible, dudes. I'm telling you. This is the first LC I've recapped, and yeah, I remember it being this bad, but yeah, that's not even that good. Now these over here I don't think are too bad. Let's see. Ugh. Yeah, let's stop looking at that. That's just making everyone sad. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, we got so this VRAM sim does work. That doesn't really help us, but this mouse does not have a ball in it, so I'm just touching the rollers inside of it. Yeah, so that VRAM sim does work, but let's see if there's any traces or anything that's visibly broken that can help us out here. So we know the power supply works, we know the floppy disk works, we know our VRAM sim works. That's about all we know, folks. It's about all we knows. Actually, I'm curious now. That that's what I should have done. Let me do no, because the batteries work. I'm just talking to myself at this point. I keep knocking over this trash bin behind me. I'm curious if we put the PRAM battery in our failed recapping, our failed LC2 recap, if that would help it, because I don't think I've tried. I'm just curious at this point. Let me just see. Please allow me to explore my curiosities with you on the camera. Horrible, horrible, horrible accents I'm making. I don't even know what it was, what I'm trying to imitate, to be honest with you. Just stupid. Alright, let's try this. If you hear that, that was my stomach growling. It is about 7:30 here. I have not eaten dinner, but okay. So we put our help if we put the batteries in the right orientation. There we go. Okay, and let's get our power supply here. It's seen better days, but so have I. And put our VRAM sim there. And let's try and turn it on. Help if our monitor was turned on. And let's see if anything different happens at this point here. Yeah, no chime. Still. I just noticed something on this board, actually. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Was that intentional? There's like a line of solder here. Well, I'm not going to go try and diagnosing this one here. I'd have to go back to my live stream to see what the heck I was doing. I think there was a trace that was broken that I was trying to fix, and I don't know. Let's take this off the bench. Get back to what we were looking at before. One of these days I'm just going to give up, and Bruce is going to get like a huge parcel, like a pallet rather, just full of like Macintosh boards. And it'll say I give up. That's that's what's going to happen. All right, let's take a look at this thing and see if we could find any broken traces or anything like that. Bruce is like, I'm ready, give it to me. He'll say, you know what, Steve, that Quadra 840 AV board is really, you know, it's really messed up. I'm not going to be able to fix it. And then a week later, he's going to be like, you know what, I just got a Quadra 840 AV. Okay, so let's see if we can switch to our blurry microscope here. As I try and look closely for any signs of anything bad going on here. Let's see. It's probably easier if I move. Eep! Did you get it working yet? Sorry, I've been on the phone with the state over some sick wildlife in my backyard. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Greedy. That's unfortunate. Best of luck in that scenario. No, unfortunately, we have not gotten anywhere. And honestly, this does not look like the. Yeah, this is what I see. I see this. Now, when the light is directly above it, you see this, which is not helpful. So I'm gonna just move this along here. Was that a broken trace? Is that the broken trace? I don't even know what that accent was either. I should just stop. No, that's just gunk. That's just gunk there. But thanks for checking in, Grudy. Let's see. What about here? Well, everything that looks like it's a broken trace just ends up being some gunk. I mean, every little thing I'm seeing appears to be gunk at least, but we're just, you know, old flux or something. Huh. This is not as exciting as it could be. No, I have not reseeded the chips. I really don't think that's the case, but let's put it to a vote. If you want me to risk breaking the chips as I clumsily take them off the board. We'll try that, but I don't know. I don't think it is. I think actually this machine worked when I got it for a little bit. I guess. Have you ever had to do that, Bruce? Reseat the chips on an LC? Not that I'm questioning anyone's authority or or suggestions. I'm just curious if that's ever been the case for someone. There's a lot to look at here. I could easily be missing something. Grudy, I wouldn't say that it isn't. I'm just looking at the area that I know a lot of the caps were. And it could be like a bad trace or something around here, but okay. I probably will end up reseating them. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Now the problem is I have one of those little tools that's supposed to help reseat them, but it's made for smaller chips, so it's not exactly the best to use in this situation. But I do have. Let me just block the camera here while I go get some things here. I do have some tools that should help this be a little bit easier, hopefully. So, just a very thin flathead screwdriver. I'm not going to be able to show this on camera because I want to be very delicate, and I just need to do this from a very specific angle. I don't want to bend any of those legs or anything. Perhaps I'm too careful, but I don't want to break anything. There's a bent leg by the CPU. Oh, shit. And it's touching itself. Let's look at that first. Thank you, Bruce. Oh, boy. Look at that. Bingo. That could very well be it. That could very well be it. Now, this is going to be fun. There's two, actually. There's there and there. Look at that. There's two of them. Good eye. Good eye. Okay. Now the other one. This one's a little more problematic. Yeah, I need something very thin. I don't know if I have something that is that thin. No, all my tools are too fat to fit in there. Use a blade. Ah, Bruce. This guy's smart. He knows what he's doing. There. That should hopefully do it. Okay, I don't know if that happened when I was brushing things or if it was just like that. But, yeah, I'm very curious how that happened in the first place. But you know what? Let's test it! Everyone's like, test, test, test. Alright, that monitor's still on. Let's plug in our monitor here. Let's plug in our VRAM sim. Let's plug in our battery solution here. We're going to go all out. Okay. Alright, we just need our power cable, which I keep dropping next to me. Yeah, I hope it didn't either, but let's see. Alright, here goes nothing. Ah! We got the same stuff as this seems. Oh boy. I mean, I'll look around the board, see if there's anything other that's bent, but unfortunately, let me turn it off real quick, make sure the ROM, yeah, the ROM's seated. Let me take out that VRAM sim, just out of curiosity here. No. Let's put in some memory. 2 megabyte, 80 nanosecond. If I could fit the thing in here. Oh, I'm doing it backwards, aren't I? Right. Yeah, I'll try unplugging the battery too, but it is reading the right voltage, so it should like it. In theory, it should. Oh, this floppy drive, I think, hold on a second. Let's unplug this floppy drive. Yeah, the floppy drive was making weird noises. I don't know if it was like bugging out or what, but I just wanted to remove that from the equation here. If you took the RAM slot on the board and put a I'm not taking the RAM off the board. That's not something. What is? Well, hold on. There's like liquid here. Is that just me spitting, or is that? Ugh. Sorry, I was looking at my microscope here. Let's see. The heck could be going on here? I mean, come on. Come on. Oh, boy. I mean, it would have been too easy, I guess. Would have been too easy for it just to be a bent pin. Hopefully that didn't fry anything. I hope not. I'm just looking at the other pins. They all look okay on the other chips here. But, oh, I didn't unplug the battery yet. No, I mean, that shouldn't do it. I'm just taking the batteries out of the holder. It's essentially the same as unplugging them because there's nothing connected to those terminals. But see, we're not even getting that white screen now. That's right, I do have the text step. Silly me. Let's take out everything. See, without everything, the lights go on. Text step to the rescue. That's the last thing we're going to try. I'm going to call it a night. At least with this board here. Let's see if I could get our text step set up here. Okay, so we got our tech step here. That's all right, Greg. And walk those puppies. Okay, we got our tech step here. This should hopefully be able to help us out here. I did not think of this before. Thank you for I forget I have this thing because I haven't had it for so many years, and then I have it, And this thing has a ROM on it, so if the ROM is damaged or something, it should be able to help us out here. So let's plug this in. Well, actually, I'm going to leave those batteries in there because this will tell us if the PRAM battery voltage is okay and such. And we're going to put all these things, but well, let me leave the memory out. I'm just putting the VRAM sim in because I want to see how much memory it thinks there is. Very good idea, Aaron. Thank you. Hopefully this will make quick work of our guessing about here. So let's plug everything in here. We're going to plug the sound in. Plug our ADB cable in. This is just a mess of wires too. A big mess of wires. And plug our ADB port in. Now there are two serial cables here. This one's for the modem. Let's plug that one in here. And this one is for the printer. We'll plug that one in. Alright, so let's see what happens here. So how this works is we turn the tech step on, and it's going to power the machine and such. So let's turn this on. Alright, so ROM is in slot A. Identify computer, LC2. Let's power it on. Let's do some logic tests. Let's do all. And we have to start test mode. CPU is off, turn CPU on. Missing SCSI termination will terminate the bus. Attempting to enter test mode manager via SCSI. Okay. It's probably not going to be able to do that, I have a feeling. But we will try. Could not enter test mode. Try ADB method. Okay. Attempting to enter test mode manager. I'm sorry, test manager mode. No ADB communication detected. Huh. Well, there are two ADB ports. Let me put this in the first one there. Oh, the SCSI port was actually not all the way in. Hold on, let's turn this off and try this again. Let me screw the cable into the back here. Turn this off. Let me do the same here. I want to make sure everything is as plugged in as it can be. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, LC2. Please turn CPU power off. Okay. SCSI termination, terminate bus. Attempting to enter test manager mode via SCSI. I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll see. Yeah, I think there's something messed up. Alright, it couldn't do that. Let's try the ADB method. No communication detected. Where's the back button on this thing? Back, there we go. Yeah, it can't do much unless it unless it goes into this test mode, and it doesn't seem like it's able to do that. Let's take out this VRAM sim. Let's try this again. It says power supply okay. Normal is 4.80 volts. Actual is 5 volts. Let's try turning this off again. Now, refresh my memory. I think if the batteries were taken out, I think we got image on the screen, correct? So let me try taking the batteries out again. I don't know. This is just weird. Yeah, it's not able to do that. Let's take these batteries out. It very well could be. I don't have the time tonight to get into that, unfortunately. Because, I'm hungry, and I probably want to, you know, not state that this is too late, but... Alright, so let's do this again. The monitor is on. Attempting to enter test mode. Now it's interesting, there's no white screen. There was before, you know, when we were messing around with it. Maybe that was with the VRAM sim in there. We could try that. Yeah, this is very strange. Very, very strange. Just unplug some of this stuff here. I'm just curious. Like, why would that screen be white, except now it's not? And all I did was plug in a bunch of accessories here. No, because the screen was white as soon as the system was coming on here. Let me take out this connector here. Yep. Alright. Maybe this battery connector is... hold on. Let's try one last thing here. Let's plug everything back in. Maybe there's something wrong with the battery connector. Who knows if it could be that simple. Let's try this again. See, with everything plugged in, we're not getting that white screen. Very, very strange here. Yeah, it's giving me a communication error, but let's... See, that's weird. Sometimes it's starting up with a white screen, and other times it's not. So it's not doing that now. Swap the polarity of the batteries. I'm not comfortable with doing that. I don't think that's going to help. Probably cause more problems, unfortunately. That's weird. We were getting the white on the screen here, and now we're not. This is very strange. This is very, very strange. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, to be honest, but you know, it's getting pretty late here. I need to eat some dinner and unwind, but batteries may not be in correctly. I mean, they are in with the holder, and when I did a test, I mean, red is positive, black is negative. Let me take the batteries out. Yes, it's almost midnight in London. I gotta stop. But I'm not giving up on this machine. Maybe tomorrow night I'll do another stream of trying to figure this out. I mean, we've been going for almost 3 hours here. And I'm not one to give up, but I got other things to do. Whoops. Yeah, I'm going to call it here, folks. Unfortunately, I have no idea what the heck is going on with this machine. Yeah, I'm going to have to look it over carefully. Maybe there's a broken trace. Good idea for the tech step. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit later. But, yeah, I mean, you can't win them all. I'm not going to give up, though. It is a little suspect that both of my LC2s are having the same problem, so I don't know exactly what could be the cause there. I will look very carefully, make sure I use the right caps, make sure they're the right polarity, all that fun stuff. But let me move this arm up so I can actually read the screen. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, sorry, that does happen sometimes. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this board. I will try and reseat those ROM chips. And I will try and take a look, see if there are any traces. Good eye, Bruce and everyone else, for the bent pin on the board. I will take a look and see if there's anything else there. I'll also test continuity, make sure that that pin hasn't broken off to the you know, the leg or anything like that. But that's a good place to start. So I will have to take a closer inspection to the board. But I do appreciate all the super chats and all the love and the support and the comments and the questions and the suggestions as we've been playing around on this stream, because it has helped to troubleshoot this a bit. Hopefully we can get further down the road and get this working, because I have some LC3s that work, but I'd like an LC2 that works also. I have enough of them that we should be able to get one to work. So, yeah, but, yeah, I'm going to say good night. I'm going to sign off, and hopefully you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I hope you enjoyed it. It looks like Aaron did, even if we weren't successful. But, yeah, we don't plan these things out. It's always the luck of the draw here. I'll keep on working it out. So we'll see if we get anything successful at another time. But I'm going to awkwardly hit that end stream button, and I'm going to wish you all a good a good rest of your weekend and a good week ahead. So take care, guys. Thanks again for watching. And again, thank you to all my Patreon supporters. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you're welcome to do that. My handle is Mac84TV. So see you later, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching.